this YouTube live stream. You're probably wondering who this amazing person is right here. Here we go. I'm almost losing my phone. Right here in the middle. Victoria. This is Victoria Henley. So we wanted to, yes, make sure you.
I get a mic.
I know.
Thank you guys so much for having me. This is awesome.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Now, you came to our show, was it yesterday?
I did, yesterday.
And what brought you to Branson, first of all?
I have been trying to get to Branson for about 10 years, and it just never worked out. I'm from near Atlanta, Georgia, and I had just always heard amazing things. You got to go to Branson, and it never worked out. Well, this time it did work out, and I work with iHeartRadio, so we do a show called Backstage Pass, letting people know all the must-sees and must-do things when you come to town. And, of course, everybody said you got to check out the Duttons. I ended up staying in the Dutton Inn.
Oh, wonderful.
Our farm's pecans are now in your gift shop, and I saw your show, and it was phenomenal, so I was blown away.
I got a bag. I got a little bag just for my very own,
nice.
And I had to stop myself because they are so amazing. They're so good. So,
you can't have just one.
And I want to brag about you a little bit. So Victoria, you said you were from Georgia. Mm-hmm. She is actually a model, and I don't know, Gabe, if you have some of those awesome pictures of Victoria you can throw up there, but she was on America's Next Top Model, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and how was that experience?
Oh man, I mean, well, you guys have been a part of the reality TV show Madness, so you know how it is.
America's Got Talent. Yes.
Oh yeah, it's one of those things. I wouldn't trade the experience for the world, but I was the youngest in the house at the time. I had just turned 18. Actually, when I signed on for the show, I wasn't even old enough, so I had just turned in the nick of time. I went into this crazy process. I think that year they saw over 100,000 people, which was unprecedented for them. But they started opening up online auditions. I auditioned. I honestly thought, this will be fun. They won't pick me. I'm not the type they're looking for. And it just kept, like a freight train, kept going. Next thing I knew, I was meeting Tyra Banks, and they picked 12 for the house. And I'll tell you what, it was a crazy ride, but I wouldn't trade it for anything.
That's
really happy
so
I did it.
Awesome. I love it. And you said you were 18 at the time. So were you one of the youngest contestants, or are you the youngest in your family? Sorry, my brain was going 5 different ways when you were.
No, you're totally fine. Yeah, so I'm actually an only child, and I know
you're the only child.
Yes, I'm an only child, and you guys can't relate to that at all because you've got this huge family, and I'm like sitting there in awe of all these people. But so it was just.
We sometimes need some alone time.
I understand. We all do sometimes. But yeah, I grew up. My family has a veterinary clinic, so grew up surrounded by dogs and cats and farmland, which is great. But I'm always intrigued by people with those big families. So being someone, from an only child going into this house, it was college edition, so they had it set up like a sorority. There were all these other girls in the house, and it's a fishbowl. Your feet hit the floor, and they had sensors on both sides of the walls, and these camera people would run in, and they'd put like this corset on you and the mic, and you had to keep it on all day long. Couldn't take it off. Oh my
goodness.
Unless you were swimming, and let's just say I swam a lot of laps that season, because it was like, get me out of this microphone. But someone who's it really is like the Truman Show. Like the cameras everywhere. It's a really crazy experience.
Oh my goodness, it is crazy. And that sounds awesome, and I want to check out your season. Which season were you on again?
It was Cycle 19, College Edition. Yeah.
So
watch with caution, because it was one of those things that, you guys know when you're on reality TV, they're trying to push you to be emotional. You're not getting a lot of sleep. You're not eating a lot. They're waking you up at 5 in the morning for interviews that last 3 hours. So, they'll take one little thing and they'll edit. So it was, I always tell people, watch it kind of knowing that it's reality, augmented reality.
Quote, unquote reality. Well, while we're talking, Gabriel, why don't you put some of Victoria's, how we can find Victoria online, Instagram, Facebook, all of that. Let's leave that up for a while so we can, tell us, so you get to actually travel all over the world then, or is it all over the country that you're doing these Backstage Pass interviews?
Absolutely. Well, I actually a little bit of both. So I travel a lot within the U.S. for Backstage Pass on iHeartRadio, and I have a fashion production company. We travel a lot with that. We do some things overseas. Now, of course, a lot of stuff within the States, as you guys know, after the whole pandemic thing. But it was really funny. So I was hosting full-time with a shopping network for a couple years, and my contract switched with them, which allowed me to travel, and I love traveling. So I kind of put it out in the universe, and I was, driving with my mom to a fashion week, and I said, it would be really cool to host a radio show. And I mentioned iHeartRadio. So I went to the fashion week, gave some opening remarks. There was this guy on the front row. He was a branch director with iHeartRadio, and then the show came about. So it's just one of those things. Like if you want something to happen, put it out there in the universe.
That is amazing because you are a natural.
Well, thank
You're
you so
so good. You got like the radio voice.
Oh,
yeah.
I try.
You don't hum and haw. You got it, man. It's awesome. It's awesome. Well, I'm so glad you were able to visit, and we're so glad that you stayed with us at the hotel and that you came to the show. And we understand that you got some more wonderful things planned. Like I think people have been asking you to come to their shows, so you've been going to like 4 shows a day, right?
Oh yeah, you would think that I would be showed out after all of that, but honestly, I am blown away by all the talent in Branson, all of the singers and dancers. I rode my bike past a karaoke night, and I mean, they sounded like American Idol. I was like, how in the world is this everybody sings and dances? But we have seen so many incredible things, probably about 4 shows a day. We've ziplined, we went on a Bigfoot expedition. It was a lot of fun, and of course the Duttons. If you guys haven't stayed in their inn, if you haven't seen their show, if you haven't tried the fudge, come, absolutely.
Jessica makes the fudge.
It's so good.
Our viewers might know that, but we're so glad you tried it all, and we're so glad you're loving Branson. Now we are going to actually do a clip from our RFD series. We are doing it from episode 10, I think. Let me see. We have it right here. Episode 10. Yeah, and this was way back in the early 90s, I think. And it's
so before me.
Yes. And it starts out with my brother Benjamin. He is now, 40-something. And he was, I believe in this clip, he's about 15 or 16. And it's a great song. We are talking about a car in the song. It's A Piece of Yesterday is the name of the title of the song. We hope you love it. Here's A Piece of Yesterday.
My dad, he's the greatest man to me in this whole wide world. He's a great example to me. Everything he does, he shows his love. My dad is very humble, and I want to be just like him.
Daddy came by the house tonight, said, son, take a ride with me. It'll only take about a half an hour, and there's something you gotta see. We drove some dusty back roads, and when we got there I could see what was making him act like a kid at 53. It was a piece of yesterday, a 55 Chevrolet, just like the one he had when he took Mom to the prom on their first date. And though I'm broke today, somehow I'm gonna find a way to buy my daddy that red and white 55 two-door Chevrolet. The chrome reflected in his eyes, that tears began to fill. He drifted back in time as he ran his hand along the grill. It was full of memories of Friday nights and tasty freeze, looking at the lights from high on Lover's Hill. It was a piece of yesterday, a 55 Chevrolet, just like the one he had when he took Mom to the prom on their first date. And though I'm broke today, somehow I'm gonna find a way to buy my daddy that red and white 55 two-door Chevrolet. and he took Mom to the prom on their first date. And though I'm broke today, somehow I'm gonna find a way to buy my daddy that red and white 55 two-door Chevrolet. To buy my daddy that red and white 55 piece of yesterday.
Man, did that bring back memories?
Welcome back to the Duttons
Yes.
Livestream Thursday.
So we swapped out for a couple people. We got Tim and we got Julian. So I leaned over to Julian and I said, have you ever seen that clip before?
I have not.
So Uncle Ben was about your age. In that
I think
clip.
he was younger than you are now.
Really?
Yeah.
I think so. Because you're 16.
Yeah.
So, yeah? You
Yeah.
are? I love it. No, but we had fun filming that, and we had all these people that would always say, oh, we love that song. You got to do that song. And then, of course, we were talking about that in the dressing room, and it was funny because Jessica was like, oh, my gosh, I'm so glad we don't perform that song. She was dying laughing. So anyway, it's a great song, but I guess it wasn't necessarily Jessica's cup of tea.
It's a good song. A lot of people love it.
Yes, they do. They do. No, but we are in our theater in Branson, Missouri, and we have got some live audience here. Let's hear our live audience. Oh, you guys are amazing. Thank you for coming tonight. We've got a regular show starting up here in about 49 minutes. So we are so glad you came. We are loving doing these live streams. We absolutely love them. And Julian, I want to interview you just a little bit, okay?
All right.
So there is a clip coming up that I don't even know if Julian remembers performing. So do you remember being a munchkin on the Wizard of Oz section?
Very vaguely. I remember hiding in this little stump and then popping out, going back under, and that was it.
Yeah, and I don't know if this clip has...
What about that voice you used?
Follow the yellow brick road. Something like
yeah,
that.
yeah, you did
And
that
then,
really well.
like, Selena or Grace would, like, do a high-pitched one.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Follow the Yellow Brick Road. Yeah, it was really cute. I do not know if if Julian's little cameo as a munchkin is on there. You will see some munchkins running across the stage, but what's fun is we have Timothy's daughter Rachel playing the part of Dorothy.
Yes.
We have Benjamin's oldest son, Ben Jr., is playing the Scarecrow, which is so cute, the way he falls down and keeps coming back up. It's great. Then we have your other child, Timothy, is playing the part of the...
Little Lion.
Yep, the little cowardly lion.
Lion.
And then, do you remember who was playing the Tin Man?
Was it Natalia?
Yes, and
Okay.
she was actually the Tin Girl. So let's roll with The Wizard of Oz back, I don't even know how many years ago. Here we go. Roll it.
Timmy has always just been a natural on stage. He started from a very young age coming out and singing little parts on things, but I think his very first solo as the lion on the Wizard of Oz segment blew everybody away. I don't think anybody knew what Timmy had in him till he did that.
My nephew, little Benjamin, he was assigned to do the part of the Scarecrow in the Wizard of Oz segment. And let me tell you, he fit it perfectly. He did this kind of floppy thing where he'd fall down and come back up, and it was really quite brilliant that he looked like a floppy scarecrow singing a song, and it was a lot of fun.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow, 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 follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick, follow the yellow brick, follow the yellow brick road. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. It wants because the wonderful things he does. flowers consulting with the rain. And my hair, I'd be scratching while my thoughts were busy hatching. If I only had a brain, I'd unravel any riddle for any individual in trouble or in pain. With the thoughts you'd be thinking you could be another Lincoln if you only had a brain. When a girl snapped a cattle, she should be on a medal and head out to the park. Just because I presume that I could be kind of human if I only had a heart. If I were the king of the forest, not a queen, not a duke, not a prince, my regal robes of the forest would be satin, not cotton, not chains. I would command each thing, be it fish or fowl, with a ruff and a ruff and a royal growl. Ruff. If I were the king. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. The Barney is a wizard, a whiz, if ever a whiz there was. If ever a whiz there was, the Wizard of Oz is one because the wonderful things he does. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Oh my gosh, that was so much fun to watch that.
Oh my
You
gosh.
were featured. You were featured.
For a second, yeah.
Yeah.
There were like 20 munchkins that ran across the stage. You were one of them.
I was one of them.
That was so much fun. I remember. So we still have all of those costumes, those set pieces. Now, granted, they're all for little children.
We need to recreate it with
That
them.
would be funny.
All the children now.
Now, let's see. We had us adults. We were wearing. You weren't watching us adults. You were watching the children. But we were in tree costumes in the background and wearing camouflage. So we blended in.
Couldn't even see.
Did I wear a camouflage or a tree?
I don't know.
I played the guitar. I was playing the guitar.
Yeah, I think.
I can't remember.
I've
struck it from my memory.
I just remember trying to get into that tree costume. I mean, you saw me in that tree costume on Halloween, on our live stream on Halloween, and how I couldn't quite play the violin with it. It was kind of funny. But anyway, so do you have memories of that, Julian?
Only a few. Of just hiding in a tree, popping out, going back under, waiting.
I love it. So why don't you tell everybody, then we're going to do some shout-outs, Tim, in a minute, but why don't you tell everybody kind of what you're up to in life right now? What are you doing with school and all that?
I'm 16. I'm about to finish my junior year in high school, and
he wants his driver's license. He's about to get it.
This close.
Whose son are you? Do you see the family resemblance? Yeah? Well, it's kind of hard to tell with that mop of hair you've got going on right here. So, but yes, he belongs to me and Rudy. So that means you're Tim's nephew.
Yes.
Good job. Exactly. You figured it out.
Yeah. Yes. So, do we have any shout-outs? We want to do some shout-outs.
We have a few shout-outs. So there's a question. John Marshall asked, for me, do we have a date and time for our St. Cloud?
We're going to excuse Julian to get ready for his number.
All right, Julian, get ready. Do we have a date and time for our St. Cloud concert? Yes. Watch the website for what
Judith,
it is.
if you're watching, can you put
Maybe
that
Judith
in the
can
comments?
chime in the comments for the exact date and time. We will be
Yes.
updating our website on the road page. So you click over on the left, see a show on the road, and we'll have it there. So keep watching the website for that date and time.
Yes.
We will be there in St. Cloud.
We will be there.
Yes.
And you know what? Not to toot my own horn or anything, but there's a birthday coming up on Saturday.
May 8th is Amy's birthday, and the day she was born happened to be Mother's Day that year.
Yes. So it's my birthday, but more importantly, Sunday is Mother's Day.
So most people get birthdays and Mother's Day. Amy just gets one, all rolled into one.
It's pretty awesome. No, but we want to wish everyone, all the mothers
Happy
out
Mother's
there,
Day.
Happy Mother's Day. We appreciate you all so much. We love our mother. She is the best mom in the world, and we are so glad to have her as our mom. And I'm sure my children feel the same way about me.
Of course, hello to everyone that's watching. A couple of shout-outs. John Mills says, I want to wish my wife a happy birthday on Sunday. So happy birthday, John Mills' wife.
And we have Peggy Grimm right here in the house,
Peggy
walking up and
Grimm.
sitting in the seat.
In fact,
Peggy is
we
always
have
commenting.
an entire live audience tonight.
Let's hear our live audience again. Woo!
It's Peggy and the gang. Maybe we can get you
I
on camera.
know.
Look at that.
I love it. I
There's
don't
a
know.
few. It's a little dark.
It's kind of a little dark. But anyway, Peggy is out in the audience tonight. Peggy, welcome. Thank you. We love having you here.
And
thank
we've got
you.
Ricardo in Brazil watching again. Thank you, Ricardo. Several of the standard fans that are always watching.
Yes,
we love
he
you guys.
just-
Thank you
he
so
just
much.
wished me a feliz aniversario. So that's how you say birthday in Portuguese.
There you go.
Thank you. Or the anniversary of my birth. There we go. Yeah.
That is so
Now
awesome.
I know some Portuguese.
We've got Walter Cardosa. It looks like he's from Brazil, right? Ricardo
Oh, wow. And
Ferreira.
Karen McRae. Hi, Karen. It says, happy birthday, Amy. My hubby and my sister both share your birthday on
That's
Sunday.
fantastic.
Wonderful. My birthday's actually on Saturday. And then Mother's Day's so my birthday's on the 8th. Mother's Day is on the 9th. But that's super cool. We have a birthday so close to each other. I love being a May birthday baby. It's a great time to have a birthday.
Yes.
Yes. Now, do we have any other shout-outs before we go to our musical number?
Cynthia Moser just did a super chat for $10.
You know what? I'm just taking that as a birthday gift to me. Thank you, Cynthia Moser. I get $10.
Oh, you're so great. Everybody watching, you're all great. Thank you for chiming in,
so much.
tuning in.
Well, we are now going to be featuring a musical number with Julian up on the piano.
That's right. My nephew, Amy's son.
Yes, and you can kind of barely see him up there in the corner. We're going to be switching to another camera shot in a second. But he is going to be he loves the piano. Oh, there, look at that.
Yes.
He loves the piano. Julian, you want to tell everyone who you're going to be singing, or do you want to just surprise them? I don't care.
Going to be playing Billy Joel, Piano Man.
Okay, take it away, Julian.
All right. It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. Regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. He says, son, can you play me a melody? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes. La di di da di di da, na 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 di di da, na na na. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling alright.
That's Juliet.
Thank you.
We'll see you next
All right,
week.
yeah.
Everybody.
See you guys
Bye-bye,
next week.
everybody.